Hey guys, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we're going to compare two entry-level smartphones, the Asus Zenfone 4, the 4.5-inch variant, also called as the A450CG, with the popular Moto E. So we all know that Moto E was the game changer in the budget segment when it was released, and it was pretty popular device at that time. Now we have stiff competitions from different players, mainly the Asus Zen phones and also a few phones from Micromax. So today we'll compare the Asus Zenfone 4.5-inch variant with the Moto E, because both these devices are priced exactly in the same range, that's 6,999. Before we go into the detailed comparison of these two devices, let's first have a look at the specs. So first up, let's see the specs of the Asus Zenfone 4. It comes with a 4.5-inch FWVGA resolution display and is powered by Intel dual-core Intel Atom processor with 1 GB of RAM. This is 8 GB internal storage, which is expandable by micro SD card. It runs Android 4.4 KitKat out of the box, and it has an 8-megapixel camera with LED flash and a front-facing camera. So that's the specs of the Asus Zenfone 4. Now we have the Motorola Moto E, which comes with a 4.3-inch QHD display, and it's powered by Snapdragon dual core processor with 1 GB of RAM. It also has the Android 4.4 KitKat out of the box, and it comes with a 5-megapixel fixed focus camera, and there is no flash included. Neither there is any front facing camera. So that's the specs of these two devices. Now let's go into the detailed aspect of these devices. First up, let's take the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see both the devices have similar kind of hardware buttons, the 3.5mm audio jack on the top, the micro USB charging slot on the bottom, the power and volume keys both have the chrome finish on the buttons. So design wise, both have a lot of similarities, and you can see both have the matte finish back panel. But on the usability aspect and the pretty compact design, we would say the Asus Zenfone 4 is much better here, because it's pretty light in weight, and even though it's bigger, and it's also slimmer than the Moto E. So Moto E is pretty heavy for this specs, and it's pretty thick as well. So in the design and usability aspect, we would give the Asus Zenfone 4 the edge here, because it has a better design and easy to hold as well. Now moving on to the display of these two devices, we already said that the Asus Zenfone 4 comes with a FWVG resolution compared to the QHD resolution on the Moto E. So we can, even from the resolution, we can say that the Moto E is the clear winner, and you can see the display, you can see the clear the amount of black available on the Moto E, and you can see the density of the pixels in the Moto E. So Moto E is clearly a winner here in terms of display, because of the higher resolution and better viewing angle. So you can see the viewing angles here. So when you compare with the Moto E, we feel that the Zenfone 4 display is highly reflective. So you can see the viewing angles here, which is clearly better on the Moto E. So display aspect, the Moto E is the clear winner. Now moving on to the software and performance, both the devices runs Android 4.4 KitKat, and the performance on these two devices are excellent, and we didn't see any lag while using the device on a normal basis. Playing games also is pretty fast on these two devices. While the Moto E has a dual core Snapdragon processor, this has a dual core Intel Atom processor. Both have 1 GB of RAM. So performance wise, both have almost similar performance, and there is no lag on either of the devices. Now talking about the software UI, we would say that the Zenfone 4 has much better UI, because the the Zen UI, which has a beautiful notification center along with the UI, is pretty handy and does come with quite a lot of options, which is probably missing on the Android 4.4 version on the Motorola Moto E, which has more or less the UI which is found on the core Android. So in the software aspect, we would say that the Asus Zenfone 4 is much better, but if you love core Android, you definitely will like the Moto E. So that's the software and performance aspect. Now moving on to the camera, we can say that from the specs itself, we can say that the Asus Zenfone 4, the 4.5-inch variant, is the clear winner, because it has an 8-megapixel camera with autofocus and an LED flash, and LED flash and autofocus is missing on the Motorola Moto E. While Motorola Moto E does take decent pictures in the daylight, the lack of focus, lack of photo focus rather, doesn't help much in taking macro shots. So overall, if you take the UI, even the UI, a lot of features being offered on the Zenfone 4, while nothing much on the Motorola Moto E. Is a basic UI and not too many features being offered. So overall, in the camera UI as well as the photo quality, we can clearly say that the Asus Zenfone 4 with 8 megapixel camera is the clear winner here. Now moving on to the battery life, which is one of the most important factors we consider when we buy a smartphone, and we can say that both the devices does give a pretty good battery life, and we can get 1 day of usage with battery life on these two devices. While we would say that the Motorola Moto E has a slight edge in the battery performance, the Asus Zenfone 4 battery performance isn't bad either. Both the devices have a pretty good battery life, and with the KitKat software on the Asus Zenfone 4, the battery life has increased. And one of the issues with previous Zenphones which ran the Android 4.3 Jelly Bean was that battery life was not that great. So overall, we would say that the battery life is pretty decent on both the devices, and you can get 1 day of usage. So that's the detailed comparison of the Motorola Moto E with the Asus Zenfone 5. So both the devices are priced exactly same, the 6,999, and they can be bought from Flipkart. So now summing up which one to choose from between these two devices. So there are a couple of things which stand out for the Asus Zenfone 4. First up, it's the camera. The 8 megapixel camera is really good. Second up, the software, which is the Zen UI, which is again really usable. And third factor is it comes with 8 GB of internal storage when compared to the 4 GB on the Moto E. So with KitKat, we all know that you cannot completely move apps and games into the SD card. So with 8 GB of internal storage, you still have much better storage option than the 4 GB one. So that's the three aspects, and also the design and build quality feels a bit better on the Asus Zenfone 4. So these are the four aspects which come in favor of Asus Zenfone 4. Now the few things there are still few things in favor of the Motorola Moto E. First up, it's a display, and the display is much better and really clearly better and has better viewing angles than the Asus Zenfone 4, and also the battery life, which is slightly better than the Asus Zenfone 4. So if your preference is more on the battery life and the display, then Moto E is better choice here. But if you are looking for a camera and overall software performance along with more storage, then the Asus Zenfone 4 makes better choice to buy. So that's the detailed comparison of the Motorola Moto E with the Asus Zenfone 4, the 4.5-inch variant, which is priced at 6,999. So hope you like this video. If you like this video, do hit the like button. If you have any queries on this, just drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. Do subscribe to YouTube channel for more updates, and thanks for watching this video.